It's news time. Information is power. The current. The news headline. DSS vs lawyers. Nnamdi Kanu engages official in shouting bout. Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, on Wednesday he protested the refusal of the Department of State Services DSS. Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, on Wednesday he protested the refusal of the Department of State Services DSS to allow some lawyers access into the Abuja Federal High Court. DSS brought Kanu into the court at about 9:52 a.m. The secret police had barred lawyers, journalists, and traditional rulers from entering the court building as his trial resumed. DSS also denied delegates of the Igbo traditional rulers access to the building. The traditional rulers are in Abuja in solidarity with the IPOB leader, whose late father was an AZ in Afarauku Umaya, the Abia State capital. Kanu is being tried before Justice Binta Nyako led court by the Nigerian government for charges bordering on terrorism. He was arrested in June, Kenya, and repatriated to Nigeria. The Kanu's lawyer had actually lamented being locked out of court, and the lawyer, Bruce Finn, that is the American lawyer, had actually threatened to take up the case to the international court. Where on Wednesday, addressing journalists outside the court premises, the visibly infuriated lawyers said that they have lost trust in the ability of the court to deliver justice and would therefore take the case to an international court. I do not think we are going to continue with this court, and most likely we are going to take it out from here. By the virtue of what transpired today, I do not think we still trust in the ability of the court to deliver justice in this case, one of the lawyers, known as Ifeanyi Ejiofor, had said, complaining that today was the 5th time I was told I could not enter the courtroom, despite the court's previous order that Nnamdi Kanu could have access to any 3 persons he wanted to. Another lawyer, Bruce Finn, lamented. It is clear 5 times that they are targeting me. In particular, that is the reason why this proceeding cannot transpire today. I am here to tell Nigerians that I am taking this to the international tribunal. It is clear that the Nigerian courts are compromised, Finn added. Following the refusal by the operatives of the Department of State Services DSS to allow some of them access into the courtroom, some other lawyers who were within the courtroom staged a walkout. Consequently, Justice Binta Nyako had actually adjourned the case now to January 19, 2022. That the governors aren't bothered about possible conflicts that may mar the Anambra governorship election, but are deeply concerned about how to take political power by all means by winning the Anambra governorship seats by hook or crook. Therefore, the right group expressed consternation that since July, that the leadership of the IPOB was allegedly kidnapped by the Nigerian government from Kenya and brought back to Nigeria to continue his trial for an alleged treasonable felony for his role in the championing the campaign for self-determination in the southeast of Nigeria. The elected leaders of the southeast of Nigeria, that is the Igbo-speaking nationality, have yet to concretely convince the president to ban the IPOB and remove a ruinous tag of being a terrorist group slammed on the self-proclaimed unarmed IPOB. Uriwa said that instead of opting for peaceful negotiations and the adoption of non-kinetic steps by the federal government to douse the rising tension created by the detention of the leader of the IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the federal government and the southeast governors have largely adopted bellicose and confrontational military strategies to confront a situation that could have been resolved through peaceful and constructive means. It said that the recent moves by the federal government to militarize Anambra State, with the elections barely a few days away and the threat to call out the people of the southeast of Nigeria on a week-long sit-at-home protest made by the IPOB, is an unambiguous signal that the election in Anambra State would be characterized by bloodbath, which is what the right group is asking all and sundry to avert. The right group recalled that President Muhammadu Buhari had ordered a massive deployment of security agents in the Anambra State to ensure that under no circumstances will anything be allowed to stop the elections from taking place peacefully. The police had on October 14th announced that they would deploy 34,587 personnel to Anambra State to ensure peace during the poll, even as the Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, had earlier hinted that the federal government was considering imposing a state of emergency in Anambra to ensure peaceful conduct of the poll. Also, the IPOB had declared a one-week sit-at-home protest across the southeast state starting from November 5, the eve of the governorship election in Anambra State. Also, the INEC had said that its commission is prepared. The commission had so far recruited and mobilized about 25,000 ad hoc staff that would man the 5,720 polling units in the southeast. Our preparations are on course, even with all the challenges we are facing, such as the attacks on our state office on May 23rd and the sit-at-home order, which is eating into our preparations. But we are doing our best to ensure that we overcome these challenges, and we can only urge the public to remain law-abiding in order to achieve the desired electoral success in the state, he said. The Apex Igbo Sociocultural Group had therefore appealed to the indigenous people of Biafra to revisit their declaration of a sit-at-home order for the 1 week during which the Anambra State governorship election will hold. The chairman of African Democratic Congress, Ralph Oke Umosu, feared that there may be not an election or there would be a flawed election. I heard the federal government has sent some security operatives to invade the southeast, and you ask why, where we have serious security challenge, the northeast, northwest, Kaduna, etc. You pulled the security personnel away from there, and you are taking them to Anambra for an election where there is supposed to be order, but the federal government is causing the disorder. The attitude of the government is causing serious disorientation of how a society should be. The federal government must sit down and dialogue with IPOB leaders to do things right. The southeast is clean and does not pose any security threat to the nation. Rather, the people in the villa are deliberately promoting chaos by their unjust ways and inability to manage the diversity in the country. He added that the way the federal government is handling Nnamdi Kanu's case, an IPOB issue, is not right. The federal government must try to align with the policy principles while pronounce people who are agitating against some youths in the society terrorists. That is wrong. This detention of Nnamdi Kanu, whose purpose does it serve? For me, the federal government is doing something that is fundamentally wrong. Assuming the founding fathers of Nigeria are alive and the state is modeling up the way it is doing, would they just keep quiet or look power in the face and stay stop this rubbish? What is manifesting in the southeast is the incompetence and bad governance that is happening at the national level.